How's the serenity? We're out here in Willow Vale, Queensland, the world headquarters of Menz Motorsport. Some very nice TRD Menz Motorsport speed cars. Bit of flow racing going on in the background there as well. Rico's just everywhere, winning everything. Beautifully turned out bunch of cars, and this is where I find Dylan Menz. Black and white. Where'd that idea come from, mate?
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Well, it's really effective.
Yeah, definitely.
So you got a couple of buddies on board. I did notice straight away when I come back to the old factory12.com.au racing products, and up there you've got a bit of real air. So they're just a couple of your buddies?
Yeah, yep. Just a couple of mates helping mates, really. But just keep the car simple, and we got real air and factory 12 and a few other people, as well as obviously Menz Trading and Hire.
So all right, so tell me, what is Menz Trading and Hire? What do you do?
Yeah, so we hire portable buildings all across sort of Queensland and New South Wales. So, and we also sell a lot of granny flats and whatnot. So,
Bit like Trent Pigden, kind of, modular homes and granny flats and portable homes.
He sort of does new stuff, but we sort of stick to the second-hand market. But it's good.
So where is Willow Vale?
So sort of, I'd say Upper Coomera, most people would know.
Okay.
I guess it's in the back area between Brisbane and Gold Coast.
So is it well placed for you being a sprint car driver, or you sort of just make that compromise because it's a beautiful part of the world?
Pretty much, yeah. Just so it's 2 hours from Toowoomba. But it's out of the way. Like there's a lot of traffic on the highway, and then you're only 15 minutes out, and it's just like we're in countryside here now, pretty much.
So what does home life look for you, mate?
Got 2 kids and a wife. So
all their names, please.
Kiani is my wife.
Yep.
We've been married 4 or 5 years, and
yep.
The kids are 3 and 1, and that's Miller and Marley.
Oh, cool names.
Yeah. So Miller and Marley.
Miller and Marley Menz. Yeah, radio. Okay. So where did your passion for speedway racing come from?
So Dad raced when he was a young fella.
Yep.
And then I got into it at 11
because
they bought me a junior car, and then sort of went up to mod lights when I was 16, and then bought a sprint car or 360 sprint car, and it's all sort of spiraled from there over the last 10, 12 years.
What was going on with mod lights when you raced? Anyone any good racing mod lights back then, Dylan?
Yeah, well, Jamie McHugh was racing mod lights then. And
he won an Australian title, I think, in them, didn't he?
Yeah, that's when we were racing that night. I spun out, so
so I shouldn't bring that up.
Nah, that's a sore spot.
Well, and now you get to watch his kid rip by you.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I'm still racing his kid, so...
Yeah. So, obviously, 2 gorgeous speed cars over there at the moment. Where did that whole idea come from? Yeah,
so we started racing speed cars for Rodney Singleton a few years ago, and then got our own package together, and we stopped for sprint cars for a little bit, and then went and raced the speed car, and just sort of thought, it might be a little bit on the cheaper side while we build the business, but sort of not really.
Was it? Was it
really,
though?
They're not really that much cheaper, so...
But what a buzz.
Cool.
Is there anything more reactive, more direct, more anything than a speed car? Because what your right foot does, you immediately feel.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So the speed car is definitely a different feel to the sprint car, but, backing it in anywhere is cool. So, good fun. But
there are consequences.
They are, yeah. So no wing on the top. Obviously, when they go hard, and I realised that pretty quick. And that one sort of put the feelers out to just jump in a sprint car after that and go serious with that. But,
you still do share some time between the 2 on race nights. You can do that at Murray Bridge coming up soon, and a bit of double duty. How hard is it to get in from one to the other?
Yeah, so going from the sprint car to the speed car is easier, I find. But then once I jump back in the sprint car, it takes me a couple of laps to get going. So then, just got to work on that. Anything can be done. So I just have to get out of one mind and then get into another car. And,
You're fresh out of your 20s, and for a little while there, you wanted to be like everybody. I just went and saw Kinser Claridge before, and he's just wants to grab the world by the tail, and that's where you were, right, when you first started this deal?
Yeah.
Just trying to get a foot in someone's door?
Pretty much, yeah. So we ended up just sort of pivoting to, I guess, most people's career, how they start, like driving for their parents or, somebody else. So that sort of didn't happen quite like that for me. Like we still raced and poked around here and there, turning up in a container and on the back of a tilt tray with Dad's business back in the day. And, just sort of to be able to elevate, to where we are now, I had to start a business, and that's what, we spent the last 6 years building and also trying to do this in between. So it's been a ride. Like turning 30, sort of crazy to me in a way, but it's gone so fast the last 5 years.
So you were trying to knock on a few doors, right? You're trying to get some rides, and you thought, come on, look, I've got something to offer here, and just the opportunities weren't necessarily opening up for you that you wanted. Did you throw the toys out of the cot, or did you go, all right, I got to rethink this, I need to fund this myself?
Yeah, so I guess, just sort of went on a bit of I know that I have something to offer.
Yep.
These guys don't see it yet, but, at the end of the day, now that I know what I know, and I've said this a few times, like now that I'm a team owner and I've got people messaging me quite a bit asking for rides and sponsorship and all that, and you just sort of, you understand why they're doing it and so I'm always trying to be very, like I don't just shun them or go, nah, I sort of try to show them this is what I did, Don't ask for things, show people what you can offer them. Don't ask for something from them. Tell them what you can do.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what, we've worked with Brody Hollyman from Dirt Media because of that. He came to me with an offer that was beneficial to my business, beneficial to my brand. He didn't just say, hey, can I have this amount of money? It was, hey, I will video your company, video your cars, and then and in return, can I have some advertisement? So that was why we went, okay, well, you've just stood out from everyone else. So
it's the old ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country.
That's right, exactly.
So you built the business up with the idea that this would be the reality, that basically if you worked hard and you didn't buy race horses or anything like that you were going to own an inventory of cars and race the way you wanted to race.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I expected it to get to this level. I don't think I ever thought that I'd be having, this many cars and this sort of set up. But, I just kept going at it, and then sort of never had a break, and then just went, holy crap, like this is going pretty good, just keep working and building the inventory up and, learn a lot of things along the way, bought a lot of teams out and worked out that, maybe you don't want these parts, we'll go and try these parts, and you just get a feel of different people's teams and how they run and what they do. So, and then we've just sort of kept running on and learning as we go.
So you obviously listen to people as well. Like you take a bit of wisdom from Glenn O'Inglis, who's, such a wise dude. You got to get past that gruff exterior, but the experience that he has both here and in America.
Yep.
So obviously you listen to people like that as well, yeah?
Yeah, so people that are in the industry that have been around for a long time, we definitely like to rub shoulders with them and get some ideas from them on what they run and what they do. And, a lot of people won't tell you what they know naturally because they've been doing it for 30 years. They don't want to just give some kid a lot of information. They've had to work for it. And so, I understand that part of it. And there's a lot of guys that we speak to that have been around for a long time. We're just trying to learn from everyone. Everyone's got different ideas, and then we just take away and pick it apart with how we want to run with it.
So there are fanatical race wives. There are ones that would necessarily maybe just stay home with the kids and watch it on pay-per-view. Yeah. Your wife probably fits in the latter category, that she's not necessarily there at the racetrack all the time. How do you balance your home life with your business and pretty well starting in 2 weeks' time, you'll be on the road for probably 2 months.
Yeah.
How do you balance that?
Yeah, so I will be flying back and forth quite a bit, like in between. I won't be staying down there during the week and that, but it is quite hard. Like she was at a lot of the races before we had kids, and then naturally, we've got 2 kids under 3. So now, it's quite hard to bring them along, and we brought them to Darwin. So we went to Darwin with them, and that was good fun. But it's definitely stressful, obviously. But we had family support and the kids are great. Just as being a dad, when you're at that young stage, I think as they get a little bit older, they'll know sort of what's going on.
So why Speedweek for you? Why are you on the road with us as a congratulations on being a pro contracted Speedweek team. Why is it important?
So for me, when I was growing up, I always watched, watching TV of World Series and Speedweek, and watching you on the TV and doing the commentating and all that, and it's for me, that's my childhood dream.
Wow.
To be a World Series sprint cars driver, but obviously that is not a thing at the moment. But this is the same thing. Like they start on the 26th. So that's what we want to do. So do that and then follow up the power tour. So it's kind of like a similar thing.
I'm really hoping that with the power tour we can get some structure where it literally starts on that Max's race the week before, and then away, and with the other stuff with the Napa Speedway and Sea, which is amazing for our industry. Like, it's so huge now with Tolma on board and Mount Gambier run the week before and Murray Bridge. It actually follows a path now, Dylan. Like, that late November, third week in November, right through to December, then into January, then down for the Classic. So, and then the Aussie title in late January. And then you come back up to run into Toowoomba.
Yep. So our truck will actually stay down there. So once we start in Murray Bridge, the truck doesn't come back until January. So it's staying there for that whole thing. So, and then when we come back to Toowoomba, then back to Mildura and all those down there.
So fast forward to December next year. Aussie Sprint Car title in your backyard. You must already be thinking about that. And you were racy the other night at Toowoomba, I thought.
Yeah, no, we had a good night. Just got to qualify a bit better.
Yeah.
That's what's killing us at the moment, starting 12th, and that isn't helping our cause. When you got guys like Lockie starting off the front row and that, you can't really do anything when you got guys with that talent and you're already 6 rows back. So that's one thing we definitely have to work on, and hopefully can get that soon.
So the depth in Queensland really impressed me the other night. I was quite impressed with the amount of kids, to be honest. Like, you're 30, not necessarily a teenager anymore, but still not in your late 30s, right? So there's a lot of kids, mate, with mums and dads investing heavily in their product and good fields, like always over 30 cars in Toowoomba, if not more.
Yeah, no, we definitely got I think a lot of good competition here in Queensland. And, we're racing some of the best in the country every week, so... there's some good guys coming through too. It's going to be, I said this to someone the other day, that the next 5 years we're going to see some new faces up the front, and they're only going to be young. So
so 12 years since you pretty well started to flirt with the sprint car concept. 18 or thereabouts?
Yep.
So how different are you as a racer now? Because they say it's a 5-year plan, right? But you've been on and off in that 5 years, right? In that 12 years.
That's right. Yeah. So I definitely haven't done 12 years worth of racing. I'd probably say I'm at the 4 or 5 year mark now worth of races. If you were classing sort of 40 races a year. But I'm definitely a different person than I was then. I think back then you're very naive. You expect things. Just I don't know the word, but you want things from people, but you don't deserve them. So you have to work for it. You have to. If your parents don't have the money or to be able to run a team, like how are you going to show what you can do in a car? That was sort of the biggest thing that kept pushing and pulling me was just how do I show what can I do now to actually show that I think I can do it? And it's kind of crazy when I think back to it of how how I was thinking what I was thinking at that age. So definitely some maturity has come along.
So when you go back to like the Rat Bag games, the PS3 sprint car and PS2 before that sprint car game, and you couldn't buy a new right rear or a new wing or a shock or anything until you won money the week before. It was actually a pretty good economy scale for what life is really like. This is really a big PlayStation game. Like if you're not going to work to build that business, then you can't do this kind of stuff, right?
Just needed that chim cheat code.
Well, I don't reckon there is a chim cheat code anymore in life, is there?
There's not. No, definitely not. So, that's I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's like you had to build it up, and then and that's kind of what we're doing, and then still doing. I think we're definitely not near where we want to be, but getting there. But
So, what's your ambition for Speedweek?
I'd like to finish every race for starters, and then in the top 10. I think that's a good goal that can be achieved. Anything obviously we always move our goals further down the line once you start achieving them. Like I've already said this year, you know, I wanted to be top 10 and we've been 6th, 7th, 5th, like, so then now your goalpost moves to, I want to be in the top 5 every race. But, you know, we'll just play it by ear. I don't want to be sort of disappointed by things, but if we're learning every race, and, you know, a lot of the tracks last year we went to, like, we'd never been to before for myself and my team. So just go again this year with a little bit of notes in the notebook and build on that notebook for next season.
I'm excited to have you on the road, mate. I like the way that you present everything. You're always very well presented, clean cut. You know what to do. You're pretty calm, considering, you know, at times it can be a pretty stressful game. But I think you're going to bring a lot to what we do in Speedweek. It's going to be, without a doubt, bigger than last year. I already feel that. And I'm excited to have you on the road. You do a great job, and I love your attitude towards things. So it's going to be cool to have the old boy out on the road with you as well. So who else is coming on the road?
Yeah, so I got Dad. He's driving the truck, and obviously he'll do a lot of stuff on the night. We've got Nick, crew chief. And then Troy, he's one of my cousins, so he'll be coming along for the ride. So all these guys do a great job. Like, you know, it's amazing what they do on a night, and they all have their own little jobs and they all stick to it. And so far, like, touch wood, we haven't had a mechanical failure yet in 12 shows for the season.
Wow.
So everything that we're doing is good.
It's good to have you on the show, mate.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You can bring those speed cars next year. We almost had Pro Speed Car Week with us for a little while there, but they are pretty. But I do love the black and white. It definitely stands out.